Welcome back, Aggies. My name is Professor Sterling Bone, Director of the Huntsman Pro Sales Program and Professor in the John M. Huntsman School of Business. And I'm honored today to be joined by Lucas Parelius, the VP of Customer Experience at Brex. Welcome, Lucas.
Thank you for having me, Sterling.
Hey, Lucas, tell us a little bit about you and kind of what you do at Brex.
Absolutely. As the VP of Customer Experience, I've had the opportunity to lead the team for the last 3 years. And to sum up my role, my job is to make the customer experience at Brex world class. And so what that means, the first step is to working with our product teams to make sure that customers actually don't have to reach out to our support team. And then if they do, my job with my team is to make sure that that experience enjoyable, right? Where they walk away and say that was painless, and we get them back on their way.
So for those that don't know Brex, tell us, what is Brex?
Brex is a B2B financial solutions company. Our mission is to empower every growing business to achieve their full potential. And we are planning on doing so. And the way we're going to do so is by building a financial operating system. So you should be able to outsource once we've achieved our full potential, outsource all of your financial operations to Brex. So accounting, payroll, your credit card, lending, hold cash with us. Everything should be able to be done on the Brex platform.
It's been amazing to watch this rocket ship of Brex take off and all of the incredible developments that have happened around. You've been part of this company from an early stage of the business. Can you maybe talk about your journey into Brex?
Yeah, so I was previously at SoFi prior to Brex, and I was actually recruiting Aggies when I was at SoFi, and I was a sales manager there. Actually was a SDR and then AE and then sales manager. So followed a path that many of you may decide to take from the pro sales program. And the reason I came to Brex is I actually followed a piece of my own advice, which is to have a mentor. And I had a mentor at SoFi, and he ended up becoming employee number one at Brex as our current CFO. And at SoFi, I was not learning as much as I had in the past. And so once the learning curve flattened and a mentor went somewhere else, I wanted to increase the learning curve to continue to grow personally, as well as surround myself by 5 great people. And I was able to, I thought I would have doing so, moving to Brex would really push me by being close to him and Enrique and Pedro, our founders at the time. So I got the opportunity to be by them and learn a new space, which is payments.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Lucas. And for our students, some of our students on this will be interested in sales, as you've interacted a lot with the Pro Sales program. We appreciate Brex's partnership here in the John M. Huntsman School of Business. But in addition to sales, there's this exciting area of customer experience. And I think a lot of students are probably confused. What does that really mean? What does it mean to work on the customer experience team at Brex?
Great question. Thanks for asking, Sterling. So the customer experience team at Brex works with customers, helps customers solve problems. So a customer across 3 different channels. So that the customer, if they ever chat in from their dashboard, or they call us, or they email us, the customer experience team is the team that interacts with those customers on a daily basis. And the customer experience team is not your average customer experience team. And it's actually really been one of the keys to Brex's success long term. If you ask Pedro and our executive team, it has been a shining light of Brex, where customers have actually come to Brex because of the customer experience team and the support they receive. And that's because we give such a high level of support, because our products are, the questions that customers ask can be quite complex. And so it's not your, average reset my password. It's, hey, we're growing, it's the holidays and we need $1 million limit. How can we make this happen? And you can work with them and understand how we work and say, if you do A, B, or C, we can reevaluate your limits and help them be set up for success.
I mean, clearly our students probably appreciate the importance of taking care of customers. I hope that they do, because not in any side of the business, if we don't take care of our customers, revenues will eventually evaporate. Can you speak to that in terms of the strategy of Brex? Why is customer experience so valuable and so important at Brex?
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you just said, like our job is to retain, help retain customers, and do so at a very reasonable cost. And so, yeah, I mean, if we don't take care of our customers, and we have many competitors that have, now at the beginning, Brex was the only one that was doing what we're doing, and now there are many competitors, and so it's getting more and more competitive, and so we have to make sure that, you know, not only is customer experience, not are we at par with like competitors, but that we're above that. And it's a reason that customers stay, not just, they don't stay just for the features and just for the high credit limits, but they stay because they know that if, God forbid, anything goes wrong, that we are there to support them quickly and get them back on their way. And so, yeah, we have, a couple of different levels of support based off of the LTV, which I think you guys talk about in class, of the lifetime value of a customer. And so we have some customers that, might generate thousands of dollars a month in revenue, and others that might generate, tens of dollars. And so we're able to, differentiate support to make sure that we retain, we especially retain the high, lifetime value. We want to retain all customers, but we're willing to spend more on those that generate more revenue for Brex, because those relationships typically tend to be a little bit more complicated.
I've been very impressed with the strategy of Brex and focusing on CX in this way. Financial technology companies and finance companies generally, this is obviously something that's important, but Brex has been a leader in this particular area. Lucas, can you maybe speak to some of your desired attributes for individuals that maybe come to work in customer experience? What would be some of the types of things that they would be looking for, and maybe some of the roles that you're currently recruiting for?
Yeah, happy to share or answer both questions. So on what attributes we're looking for when we're hiring for these roles that we have, which I'll talk about in a second. One is someone who is very personable. So you have to be able to develop rapport with customers, whether you're speaking to them on the phone or email or over chat, which are very different, mediums to interact with customers and take different skill sets. Because we want our customers to feel comfortable working with you. Two, we need someone, or look for those who are really passionate about the customer experience, are going to fight for the customer, both in that situation, but also, calling out, things that could be better and to push for change, which is really something we encourage on our team today in a very bottoms up approach. And we actually have something recently that we just pushed through as a result of, 2 or 3 people on the team coming to me, and we went together and got it done. We also look for those who are that are going to hustle and really work hard, because it's not necessarily. I mean, there are so many things that come up, and so it really, actually, I think a better word would be those who can adapt to change and learn quickly, because we work in a very fast-paced environment where there are always new features coming out, or pilots or betas. So you need to be able to absorb that quickly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then in terms of roles, Sterling, so we have the customer experience specialist role that we're hiring for. We have a new hire class every month that you can apply on our website, brex.com. And the attributes I just referenced are some of the main things that we're looking for in students.
Thank you for sharing that. I think those are attributes that certainly we try to foster in our students. I know that you've hired a lot of Aggies. A lot of those Aggies have promoted and have grown within Brex. What are some of the ways that, as they come aboard your team and come aboard at Brex, that they can stand out from others in the organization?
Great question. So one is really documenting things that can be better in our processes, our systems, and the customer experience, and surfacing those internally. Right? We don't want folks to come in and just assume that what is the take the status quo and just run with it. We want you to challenge the way we do things to make us better. We hire very bright students, and we want students to challenge us, and not just to challenge us, but to make us better. Another way is to do whatever, to have a great attitude and do whatever it takes, right? So those who really rise up are fixers. They'll do whatever it takes to solve a problem or get the job done, or whatever the team needs. And that brings me to the last point, which is, students who put the team first before themselves are students that really stand out. Because at a fast growing startup, you need many people like that are willing to go in directions they may not necessarily have thought that they might go or want to go. And I actually have a good example of that, which is I actually was asked to run customer experience. I never thought I would, but Pedro and our CFO came to me and said, "Hey, we need someone to run customer experience. We think you'd be great." I thought I was going to be a sales leader, and I said, "Hey, if that's where you need me most, no problem." And there have been some Aggies that actually have done that at Brex, 3 that I asked to get licensed because we needed some folks to pass these exams before we rolled out our cash product, and they were able to do that. And now all 3 of them, because of that, their attitude as well as having those licenses. One's a team lead, one moved into cash operation, and one moved to our BD team, working with partners all over the U.S.
That's a great illustration of the importance of having agility individually as you come into your career. And being able to move from sales to lead out a customer experience department, that's incredible. In terms of the ways that they can continue to engage with you, how would you like them to engage with you going forward?
So one, if you are graduating, in a couple of days, or if you're already done with finals, feel free to apply to our open role on Brex.com. You'll see under the customer experience section. If you're graduating this spring, we're very excited to meet you. We're going to have new hire classes in May, June, and July, and even August. And we'll be on campus multiple times this semester, or actually next semester rather. And also feel free to reach out to me personally if you have any questions at lucas@brex.com. And I will make sure to get you in touch with the right folks internally and get your questions answered.
Lucas, this has been so helpful and informative. We appreciate all that Brex has done, has hired numbers of Aggies, scores of Aggies into the organization. I encourage our students to reach out and continue the conversation. Thanks for joining us today, Lucas.
Thank you for having me, Sterling.